So we have discussed so far these, and we are going to discuss about the installation process. Okay.
Mm.
So what do you? I mean, how do you install? For example, you're building a new environment. So you got a request to create the new environment. So where do you start first?
That
So basically, mhm, yeah, go ahead.
uh, yeah, it is as per business requirement. We'll see what kind of the hardware requirement, what kind of server, what kind of resources, and installation file, and what is the software we will need to purchase, and we will start the implementation.
You're right. So before going to installation, so you will have a requirements listed. So to continue this, so as you said, so any before installation of Commvault or anything, you need to have the your requirement listed first,
Correct.
right? Requirement falls like for, I mean, what are all the items falls under the requirement? So how many clients you need backup, right?
Yeah.
And what type of applications you are going to backup, and what
Correct.
is the network available, right?
Yeah.
And what is the storage where you are going to store the backups, and what is the retention you have. I mean,
Yeah.
retention, what is the retention required for your backups, right? And what is
Yeah.
the timelines when you can run your backups. So all these
Correct.
you need to list so that you will plan your COM server design in that specific manner. So before, I mean, once you get all those requirement in place, first you will start with the COM server installation, right? Before COM
Yeah.
server, you cannot install media agent, right? Or
Correct.
anything on the client, right? So
Yes.
the first building block is your COM server, and then followed by the media agents. You can configure, you can install the media agent components on the media
Yeah.
agent, and then you can configure libraries with your media agent. Okay, if it is a disk library or tape library, right?
Yeah.
Upon configuring the media agent, then only you will be able to configuring the libraries. Once com server media agent libraries are configured, then it is the next step is to configure the storage policies and schedule policies and the filters if any. Okay, and finally with the client agents like client Commvault on the client agent, I mean, depends upon the agent requirement, like SQL agent or Oracle agent, or only the OS level agents like Windows, say, Unix or Solaris, right? So you
Yeah.
can prefer the
Yeah.
installation of the agents
Mm.
as a final step, right? Then you can associate it to the storage policies and you can take the backup. So for this, what you need is the COM server and media agent, and then libraries, and then storage policies, and then schedule policies, finally with the client. And then you can configure all of these, right? You can associate to the schedule policy clients and agents to the storage policies, right? Then your
Yeah.
backups will be happen automatically, depends upon
Yeah.
the schedule you give. So how do you install your com server? So there is a bundle. So do you know how do you and where do you download the Commvault software?
In Commvault portal.
Commvault Porter, where in Commvault Porter?
No, it actually is already downloaded. Downloaded and put it in shared folder in our environment.
Okay. So in the maintenance advantage portal, you
Hmm.
can download the Commvault software and the latest patches, if any. Okay.
Is everyone can access for that to need any account?
Yes, you need an account. You need an account with the Commvault. Okay. You need
But
to
I
create
can
an
create.
account.
Huh? Is any
You
special
can
permission
create.
is required for that? Once I will provide the data, they will create automatic. How? What is the process
See,
to create?
once you purchase the license with Commvault, or if you are
Hmm.
having an existing license available with you, okay,
Hmm.
you will have one CommCell ID, right? So you can send an email to Commvault support team to
Hmm.
open an account with this particular email. So they will map the account and they will send you an email with the
Hmm.
instructions to sign up. So once you
Okay.
signed up, you will have the maintenance advantage account with you. Through that, you can raise the cases with Commvault. So how
Hmm.
are you raising the cases with Commvault at this point of time?
Now we have a third party. It is a proactive. Through that proactive, you are raising the ticket. The proactive people they are supporting us as of now the globally. We are not
Oh, okay.
direct logging the case with the Commvault as of now.
Oh, okay, okay. You don't have, oh, maybe you may not be having that feasibility, but this is what the flow. Okay, how do you open? But we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, once you have the environment in place, so we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes actually with your environment. But in
Now, how?
general, so this is how. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that support and all Commvault? Just for my reference, actually, you had a discuss within meeting. The still who are follow up with proactive in our environment. The people are who they are in Netherlands. We are in India. It's a time difference too much. Up to 4 to 5 hours difference. Will not get quick response and support. Uh, just I requested our management to at least you can. Instead of that we are connecting proactive, better we will connect with the Commvault they get support.
Yeah, Commvault support pricing and all are specific to the accounts and the uh, agreements, special agreements with the
Hmm.
clients. So
Okay.
it is basically different to each and every customer. Depends upon the roadmap they provide to the Commvault and the business to
Hmm.
the Commvault. So basically, I can say Commvault is a 24 cross 7 support. I mean, you can
Oh,
have the
good.
24 cross 7 support availability, and there are some premium packages also, premium customer, premium package, and
Yeah.
enterprise level,
Hmm.
and then normal gold subscription. Or I don't remember, but
Okay.
these are all the support level of three kind of options are available. The
Hmm.
only difference is the response time for the critical tickets is a differ. Critical
Hmm.
tickets, critical severity, high severity, medium, right? Low
Hmm. Yeah.
severity.
Correct.
These are
Depend
the
upon our
cases.
service
Depends
agreement.
upon, yeah, level of maybe the subscription,
Agreement.
I can say. Yeah,
Yeah.
you will have the support available. But it's a very good support,
Okay.
I can say.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Just I need some input from how to support Commvault. Okay. Anyway, we will uh, raise this point in meeting. We will try to get a direct support from Commvault.
Okay. So
Yeah.
CommServer installation, uh, you'll, I mean, once you download the
Bundle.
necessary files, yeah, bundle, you place it on your location, and you can just execute the setup.exe file, right? So what are the options you will get? I mean, while you are installing, right? So
Mhm.
you will get initial packages to install the packages on this computer, or you can save you can select some packages to install on different computer, right? So there
Correct.
are some packages. See, for media agent, you only need the media agent component. You don't need the com server or any other
Correct.
agents, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for custom installation, we call it as packages to install on a different server. We call it as custom package. Okay, custom
Okay.
package, we will select the second option, right? And we'll move forward. So for the first option, to install the com server on the uh, server, so you will select the com server option, web server, web console. These are by default, it will select. When you select the com server, by default
Mm-hmm.
it will select web server and workflow engine. These are all the required agents. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
you need to specify the SQL DB location. So as it is a Commvault, right? So your metadata will be stored on your SQL database. So you need to provide a location for the SQL database. You will get some installation. During the installation, you will get a pop-up to give
Mm-hmm.
any path, right?
Okay.
So you will also need to provide the DR backup file path also. There are so many
Yeah.
options you will get while you install CommServer. Okay,
Yeah.
and you can specify right on the CommCell the binary location, right? This is, for
Mm.
example, this is your com server. Under your D drive you have made one folder as a binary. Okay, you have copied all the dump of the files. Okay, for example, this is almost all like a 12 GB file. Okay, 12 GB
Okay.
files are there. This is like a everything. I mean, each and every component is available in this bundle. Okay,
Okay.
so you can mention, okay, you can mention one item as one folder for software cache. So what it
Mm.
means by the software cache is,
Mm.
so you can do a push installation from CommCell console. Okay, for example, this is console. Okay, this is
Yeah.
your Commvault console where you monitor the jobs, right? So
Mm.
you have a requirement to upgrade one client software which is in V10, right? You need to upgrade it to V11. So how
Yeah.
will you do in general? You will log into the client C1, you will log into this and you will copy the Commvault software, V11 software, and then you will
Mm.
right click the setup.exe and you will upgrade this particular machine, right?
Correct.
So the easier way available in Commvault is to s-
Mm.
uh, you can just from the CommCell console itself you can upgrade. There will be an option when you right click the client, you
Mm.
can select an option update software. Okay, when you click on update software, the it needs a installation files, right? This client needs a installation file. So
Mm.
on the com server, I have just said, right, you will specify one location for the software cache, right?
Yeah.
So from here on the com server, these files will be transferred to client. Only the required files, 10 MB or 20 MB files will be only, it will know, right? Com server
Mm.
knows what is installed on client 1, what are the agents, file system, SQL, right? It will
Mm-hmm.
transfer only those files here and it will complete the installation. You no need to manually intervene, you no need to log in C1, you know, nothing is
Mm.
needed. You can just do a push installation from the console.
Okay. It will update to all client machine.
Right, you can select all the clients. You can select all clients at a time and you can do the push installation. So the here you can see, right, com server host, these are your
Mm.
clients, and com server is having the cache directory, right?
Mm.
And these are your clients, right? You can push any client, you can push this client, you can push this client, you can push this client.
Client here means is a media agent, right?
No, no, client is your system which needs a backup.
Okay, that in.
Client means your SQL server or your VM or your Oracle server, right? Which needs a backup.
Okay.
So this is what the push installation means. There are all different type of options available according to the requirement,
Yeah.
right? So here some of the options, see, decoupled installation, custom package installation, restore only agent installation. See, decoupled installation means when your uh, when your com server is not available, or else you have some scenario like your com server got down in between,
Mm,
or
mm,
uh, or what I can say, what are the use cases? So your com server is busy in backups, okay? But
okay.
you want to install client software on a client, right? So during that time, you prefer decoupled install, means it will not register this client with the Commvault. Okay, but later once installation get completes, you can register manually on the CommServe. This is just a use case scenario,
Okay.
decoupled
Yeah.
install, but generally we very less usage. Okay, only
Yeah.
the specific requirement, then only we'll use this decoupled, but in general we use the push installation method.
Okay.
Custom package we just discussed, right? So it will choose the only required packages, required
Mm,
agents, only the SQL or kill. You can select those particular packages, and you can uh, um create a custom package, and with that custom package you need to install the uh, Commvault software for the particular clients. And there
yeah.
is an option to have only restore agents. What is mean by the restore only agents? So some of the organizations will have some test servers or sandbox or jump host, right? They will
Mm,
only use for the testing purpose. They
yeah.
nothing important data will be there to backup, right? They will
Okay.
only do it for the they will only keep it for the testing purpose. So for that you can select restore only agent option, because you can see how Commvault will restore. If you have Commvault software on that particular client, then only it will be restored to that client, right?
Yeah.
So for that you can have restore only agent, right? So uh, here are the same thing. The silent installation means whatever we are doing, right? Interactive installation, that we call it as silent installation, and the push installation from the COM server. And this is what the custom package installation for the small packages. Instead of copying the bundle of 12 GB or high whole bundle, you can just
Mm,
copy, you can just select the required packages, and you can just select only the smaller packages like a 100 MB package, right?
mm,
Re-
yeah.
those are use cases for the custom package installation. And the multi instance level means one computer you can have two instances created for Commvault. See, for this is your client one, and this is your com server one, and this is your com server two. You can
Mm,
have backups from com server one in instance one. Okay,
mm,
you can have backups from backups to the com server two also.
two. Yeah.
You can have multiple instances on a single client. Okay, only the
Okay.
specific requirement based, but generally we don't see this.
Mm-hmm.
Cluster installation. So how will you configure cluster installation? So you know about SQL cluster?
Mm, no.
Do you know? No. So
No.
SQL. Generally, SQL will have a cluster. I mean, node A is active node, or you can say
Passive.
node A and node B. So one is active, one will be passive. And
Correct.
combining these, you will have one cluster instance
Mm.
called as C. So how do you configure backup for this C? Because if you configure backup level at A or B, you don't know which is active, which is passive,
Uh,
right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you configure backups for this cluster instance, you will know which is active. I will take only backup from active. I will not take the backup from passive, right?
Passive. Yeah.
So this cluster configuration, I mean, how do you install the cluster is is shown over here. Okay, you can do those as well from the Commvault on the Com server. When you right click the client computer, new client, here you can
Mm.
see, and cluster server, Windows cluster or SQL cluster, you can select anything, and you can specify the node A, node B, and you
Mm.
can just configure it as a pseudo client. It will not go and install anything on the cluster, right? Cluster is not a physical thing. Cluster
Yes.
means it's a logical, right?
Logical. It's
Physical ones
combining
are,
two.
yeah, nodes. Node A, node B are physical, but cluster
Correct.
is logical. So it
Correct.
will have a logical configuration created. So this is what the cluster installation means. Okay. So before we go on to the upgrade, so do you want to have a short, like a 5 to 10 minutes break?
Yeah. We will take 10 minutes is okay.
Yeah.
I'll go and have a coffee and come back.
Yeah. We will be back at 12:20. Okay.
Yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. To begin from where we left, is for the CommCell upgrade process. So the similar, we just have seen Commvault installation process, right? Similar to that, the upgrade process is also there. So when do you upgrade? So whenever there is any service pack update, or whenever there is any issue, and your support vendor is asked to upgrade your environment, right? So
Yeah.
this is when you go for the upgrade. So during the upgrade, so what are the phases, or what are the main uh, action points you need to consider, right? So before doing any upgrade, just go and check the prerequisites, like what are all the options, or what are the new features that are listed under the uh, service pack which you are going to upgrade, right? So
Yeah.
what Commvault will do is, like, see, they will retire some features in service pack, and they will add up some new features, and they will modify some features. So it
Yeah.
is always recommended to go and check the features, and what are the available features, what are the retired features, right? So that is very much important as a initial phase. And the second phase is to check the compatibility, whether
Yeah.
your OS or whether your application supports the supports the uh, current service pack level, or whether your AX version or maybe the Linux version is older, so that it can support up to at some point of service pack level, right? So we need to check all these prerequisites before the upgrade process. So once you are done with the prerequisites, you when you begin before you begin the upgrade process, you will download the respective binaries, and you will keep it on CommServe.
Yeah.
So Here also the hierarchy is same. First, you need to apply the updates on COM server. Without applying on COM server, you cannot apply onto the media agent and client. So your
Oh,
COM server should be on top priority with the on top level of uh, software version, I can say. So you can have like a V11
mm,
SP26 as the latest on COM server. You can have lower versions to the media agent and clients, but you
it would,
cannot have lower version of the COM server and higher versions on the media agent or client, right? So first, you will upgrade the COM server and then followed by the media agents, followed by the clients. So before upgrading the COM server, you need to initiate COM server DR backup. So have
mm.
you initiated any time before COM server DR backup? How do you do that?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to take that kind of backup.
Okay, so COM server DR backup is to take the point in time, that point of that particular point in time, Commvault database captured, so that in case of any issues while upgrade process, so
Mm,
you need to able to recover the recover COM server to the
correct.
previous version, right? Or else the previous working condition, I can say. So
Mhm.
that is the reason you need to have COM server DR backup, and then you go for the COM server upgrade. Once it is successful, you go for the media agent upgrade, and you can configure the new features if any, and you can upgrade the clients, right? So this is the COM server upgrade process flow.
Okay.
So for removing a software, when you are when you get a request to decommission a client, so how do you perform in general? Have you done it any time before?
No.
So under this client computers here, you can see
Mm,
you will have just a moment. You will have an option, okay, under the client computers. So for each client, when you right click all task, add or remove software, right? So
yeah.
here I just told you, right, you can do the push install or push updates. So from here on the console, you can either install updates or install software, or you can uninstall the software, or you can repair the software, right?
Yeah.
So when you uninstall here, one point you need to make a note is, if you uninstall this particular client, it will
Mm,
be removing software from your actual physical client machine, or maybe actual client. It will remove physically, the Commvault will be uninstalled on the client. Okay,
okay.
but it doesn't mean whatever the previous backups you have till the decommission date, you will have some backups and it will have some retention, 3 months, 10 years, right?
Mm,
Retention. These backup jobs will not be deleted from Commvault. Okay,
uh,
this job will still stay until this
uh,
retention get meet, right?
yeah.
So this is one more point. This is one of the exam question. Okay.
One more point. Suppose some request or some change will come for decommissioning of software, decommissioning of server.
Mm.
For example, who are not using a long time one server, who need to decommission it. In that
Okay.
time also, in that server, we have installed some applications. Uh,
Hmm.
how do I will decommission? How do I take a step? Can I direct decommission it? I will need to uninstall all the software and follow this option.
See, here when we are talking about decommission of client, we are
Uh,
just only talking about decommission of the client from the backup rotation. We are not talking about decommission of whole client. Okay,
Okay.
whole client decommission will be taken care by the platform team or the OS team, or maybe if it is a Windows server, Windows team will take care of whole client decommission. Okay, I'm just talking about decommission of backups. Okay,
Decommission.
decommission of
Okay.
back. Yeah,
In CommServe console, we need to do only decommissioning of particular client machine software.
fine.
Yeah.
Correct. Only the backup software will be removed.
If you like our videos, then subscribe to our channel and be a part of the journey with GoLogica and stay connected with the latest videos.